Thanks for being here. Before we do the last set, if you know me, I don't have a recital without a theme, but this one isn't like staring you dead in the face, so I thought that I would talk about it a little bit. The inspiration came to me after I read this book called A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara, and it centers on this story of Jude St. Francis, who it's this story of abandonment and trauma, but also found family and love and togetherness, discovery in a way. And he is so smart. And he is a lawyer, but also a musician, like amateur musician. Not amateur as in like middle, but like for the love, you know. And he's applying at a law firm. And the guy interviewing goes, "Can you like do something interesting that doesn't pertain to law for me?" And he stands up and he starts singing the Mahler Ich bin der Welt gekommen. And he loves that piece. It resonates with him in a particular way of feeling abandoned to or from, but also by the world. And then over the summer, I found this Walt Whitman poetry that you're about to hear. And I think if I asked Caleb to talk about his music, he would strangle me with a piano wire. So I will do it. I found this text. Normally he writes all of his own music because he's that much of a genius. You know, he can write a good book. But he loves me so much, tolerates me so much, that when I find a poem that I really like, that I hear music to, I give it to him, and he does exactly what it needs to make it full. So he did that for the master's recital, and then I found this Walt Whitman poetry that, like, I have no idea how there's any discussion over whether or not he might be homosexual after reading this poetry, you know? Like, it's right there. But it was never published. It wasn't published by him. It's from an unpublished collection. That's called Live Oak with Moss, or Calamus. So that's the title of the segment. I brought it to him at the beginning of the semester, and I was like, "Caleb, I know you're gonna hate me. I found this poetry. I think that it needs music. Please, just read it." And he was like, "I don't feel like doing that again. I like writing my own words." I was like, "Just read it." He goes, "Fine, send it to me." I sent it to him. A month later, he gives me these songs. And he was like, "Yeah," you know. And Whitman, I think in this collection, what Caleb is really able to highlight is how like cerebral of a person he was, and it's so lush, and it perfectly captures this sort of daydreamy dreamscape combined with moments of really thick, solid chords that are the grounding moments of real imagery that he's drawing upon when he writes, right? So there's the contrast between his daydreaming that sounds a little floatier, and then the really grounded, thick chords of like, this is the reality that he's a genius, you know? And this, because other people are unfortunately recognizing his genius, this may be the last recital that we ever perform together for, oh my God, a couple of years, because I'm going to ask for him back. But I guess when I perform this music, I think about and I think about Jude. I think about finding someone and connecting with people that become your family, but you're almost a little scared to admit how much they mean to you, because you can't even imagine what it'll be like when they're not there. And that's sort of, it's that fear, but it's also exciting. That's like, oh my God, my life is so changed by being with you. So that's what I invite you to think about while we sing about some gay people. Enjoy. I know how to answer that.
little